Hello, leaders. I'm Dr. Patrick Jinks, board certified leadership coach and president of the Leader's Perspective. If you supervise one or more people, how do you know when to apply a management approach and when to apply a coaching approach with your team in the right moments? Let's cue it up. I'd like to share with you a framework designed here at the Leader's Perspective that we call the DEEP model, DEEP. It's a simple framework to help leaders determine whether or not a coaching approach with their team members is the right tool at the right time. Let's take a look. The D in the model stands for development. If the objective is the professional development of the individual being managed, then a coaching approach is most often a very effective tool. This coaching draws out and elevates the coachee's best thinking. It leads with questions, and it's accompanied by both challenge and support from the coach, not direction. The goal is to get the coachee to own their own development, to be self-determined and self-initiated. However, if there's a development issue with the employee, a more managerial approach might be more appropriate. For example, if work isn't getting done to expectation consistently, or if the competencies are, again, consistently lacking and the employee needs to be put on some sort of development plan at worst, then more direction and telling from the leader is needed rather than asking and empowering. This is an oversimplified dichotomy, I understand, but hopefully you get the general direction because the same pattern applies to the other three letters in the DEEP model. The first E stands for efficiency. Coaching can create great efficiency because, again, the coachee is self-initiated and owns the work. This can be where effective delegation from the leader creates greater efficiency for the organization, provided that the coachee can be trusted to handle what's being delegated. Now, on the other side of efficiency is urgency or emergency. If there is urgent action that is needed for whatever reason, coaching is often not the right tool. In fact, coaching can sometimes be quite inefficient in times of crisis or emergency. And in these cases, a management or directing approach might be a better method. For example, if the fire alarm goes off in your office, it's not likely that you're going to call together a quick staff meeting and coach them toward the best solution and plan of action. You're more likely to direct people according to your evacuation plan. That being said, let's not forget the infamous coaching question that Captain Sully Sullenberger asked his co-pilot just before his emergency landing on the Hudson River a number of years ago. You might remember this. As they were running out of options, Sully looked at his co-pilot and asked one simple question. Got any ideas? In this case, the co-pilot didn't. And so Sully had to take back over the managerial role and make a decision in the moment. Let's look at the second E in the DEEP model, engagement. If the goal is to effectively and consistently engage the employee, again, to own their work, creatively apply their own solutions, and even lead others, coaching is an excellent tool to apply. If, on the other hand, engagement with coworkers is becoming toxic, well, then it may be time to apply a more managerial and maybe even a disciplinary approach. And last but not least, the P in the DEEP model stands for performance. This one is very closely related to the development part of the framework, works the same. The same principle applies for the leader. If the manager is trying to constantly stretch and grow the performance capacity of an employee through training, delegation, and challenge, there's no better tool than coaching. If, however, performance is a consistent issue and coaching hasn't worked effectively so far to raise the level of performance to the level of expectation, it's time to put the manager hat back on. The overarching concept of this model is that coaching is a powerful tool, but it's not the only tool. And in some cases, it's the wrong tool. Golfers don't pull the putter out of their bag when they're at the tee box. They need a driver in that case. The other point of this episode is to show you that leaders need to be able to move in and out of various models and approaches with their team members. Today's leaders have to be agile, even ambidextrous in their approach. We can't take a one-size-fits-all approach to every employee and every situation. That's this leader's perspective for this week. If you'd like to learn more about our comprehensive 30-hour coaching training program, where you can learn more coaching frameworks like DEEP and much more, click the link that's in the video description below this video, or simply visit theleadersperspective.com/OLCT. And if you'd like to explore ways that the leader's perspective can help you or your organization achieve greater clarity, simplicity, and alignment in your mission work through coaching, reach out and schedule a free discovery call with me by clicking the link that's in the video description below as well. And in the meantime, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel by clicking the subscribe button below to help us grow our audience, and make sure to click the bell icon so that you're notified when new episodes arrive. See you next time. Lead on.